Guys, this is Thomas Bang, CTO, all the way from California. Thomas, thanks for joining us on this Hangout. How are you?
Hey, good. Loving the energy. Thank you for having me on your Hangout.
Oh, sweet. All right, mate. Well, I know you're short on time because you're up the wall with what's going on, but I just wanted to ask you some questions, if that's good.
Yeah, shoot.
Okay, so first one is pretty straightforward. Well, is are you happy with the process so far with the whole beta launch?
Well, I mean, we've been doing this for like more than 3 years now, and I think this go around has been very different from what we've experienced in the past. The major difference has been that we've actually found the right company, and I'm not that we haven't found the right company that had the skill sets, but I think the chemistry that we actually have with this new team is just awesome. They care about delivering a product that's going to be awesome, that's going to be great. In the past, it's always been that we tell them what we needed, but this go around is just an awesome feeling when you have a team that gives you ideas as well. And they also push some of the ideas that we bring to them, and they question it too. So, I mean, it's just when you have a good team behind you, everything else it goes smoothly. And that's really what I've been happy about. And, when we launch this thing in the next 8 weeks or 7 weeks, it's going to be a good deal for everyone.
Awesome. Thanks so much. I'm super excited to see that. And I know you're pumped about the new partnership with this other company. So next question, will there be any changes being made to the original framework after this phase of testing?
I mean, there's actually a lot of changes in regards to what we've upgraded. So, for instance, like the invitation portion of it. In the past, I believe, when people invited out, it would create some sort of funky code. It would also send them to our invitation page. They just had to go through so many to get the registration in place. And, what we realize is what's the most important thing to get people to register for the app, right? So for this go around, one of the major improvements that we've done to the framework is actually when people invite people out, it just takes them straight to a mobile-friendly, web-optimized registration page where it actually already inputs their invite code. They don't have to remember it. Whether they're inviting people through the mobile phone or the website, it already places the invite code there, and from there they can actually log in via social media or just their email address. It's a simpler process. And get this, if they happen to be on their mobile phone registering when they log in, it's going to detect that automatically, and it's going to know whether they're on an iPhone or an Android, and it's going to say, "Hey, we noticed you're on on an iPhone. Download the iPhone app, on the Apple Store." So we made learning from our past, we've actually made these major improvements to make that a lot simpler. We've also incorporated the whole invitation system with our loyalty points too. So that's a major thing. In the past, we did show you some screenshots of how that looks. But again, that's also something that we made improvements on. So those are like the two more obvious improvements that people are going to see. Another improvement that it's sort of unknown to the users out there, which is actually something that I'm actually pumped about, is that when we actually make an update to our app, what happened in the past? We have to submit it to the stores, and especially for the Apple Store, we would have to wait anywhere from 7 to 10 business days, which is a drag. With the new technology we're implementing, once this goes live, you're going to actually see these updates happen right off the bat. You won't even notice like there's actually an update that needs to happen. That's called cross-platform programming. Now here's the thing. Even with our beta testers right now, there's a chance that you're going to be able to see the new, every time we release a new milestone, there's a chance you guys will actually see it before I do, because considering the time zone difference. So, it's just, that's one of the major improvements that we made that's more behind the scenes. But I just want to share that with you guys that when there are new updates that come out, it's actually automatic.
Guys, that's one of the benefits of turning up to an event. I had no idea about that. I was shocked the other day because me and Thomas and Michael were talking the other day, and I was trying to get my head around the new invite system, and it took me a while to get it. But when I got it, I was like, "Oh my days, this is this is what, in my opinion, one of the best parts of the upgrade. And then what you've just told me there now, I remember with the old app when we're trying to upgrade the travel with the flights, with the hotels, with the daily deals, it was like a bit of a nightmare. But that's amazing. That's absolutely class. So thanks for that, Thomas. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
In terms of the UK version, will there be more stores being added? I know I've had this feedback quite a lot, and you've probably dealt with it already. So, what about that?
Yeah, sure. Not only is the UK, but it's across all the different countries. Getting affiliate relationships is always going to be an ongoing process. I think for the next go around, we're also going to be including all the Express as part of another partner. The challenge that we're experiencing is that when we do find a right company, they need to actually have the technology in place for us to utilize their information. That's the reason why we've gone with big companies like Amazon, eBay, AliExpress, Walmart. These big companies actually have what we call API sets where we can pull data into our platform. And also have the tracking in place so that when a customer makes a purchase, we know exactly which customer made that purchase, hence knowing which affiliate that customer is tied to. So that's the reason why we went this route. We've incorporated only the bigger companies. Now, we are constantly scouring and looking for new companies out there. There's always new companies popping up. But with more of the, not the first world countries, but like the second regions and third regions, they don't really have that technology in place. But I'm letting you know the industry is catching up with the rest of the world. And also on top of that, incorporating these new companies should be easy as long as they have these API sets in place. So the answer is yes, there are more stores coming, and that's going to be an ever ongoing process.
Quality. Thanks for that. It's amazing what you can find out by just attending an event, guys. Really appreciate that, Thomas. I'm absolutely buzzing for the fact that we can have more relationships, and it's really great to know that we're ahead of the game where there's only the major companies that have the API sets, and eventually the majority of them are going to have them, and we're ahead of the game. No one else has kind of got this capability, so I'm stoked about that. Thomas, can you just remind us what feature is next to be released to the beta testers, and which week will that be?
It should be the end of this week. The major milestone for this week, or the next feature, is actually the daily deals. That's with our major partner Groupon, as well as our own platform Sherlock Local. That's going to be integrated. But also there's a few other things like expanding the product search capability across all the other countries. We did only release for 4 countries, but that should be in there as well. Mm-hmm. And there has been some minor fixes to some of the feedback that we've gotten. But again, I do have another meeting with our development team tonight. I'll get some more word from them, and you should see a newsletter, at least to our feedback group. You'll see a newsletter coming out this week with additional information.
Oh, class. I actually didn't know that. I thought it was going to be, what you just told me there, I thought that was going to be in 2 weeks' time from now. But you think?
No, well, you mean the communication part or the milestones?
The milestone, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's been about 2 weeks. So we're actually in the second week of that milestone. In terms of communication via newsletter or hangout, I mean, I'm thinking we're going to be doing this once a week at least. Mm-hmm. We should be doing it once a week. So yeah, I mean, with milestones, it's every other week. Yeah, 2 weeks.
Cool. Well, yeah, guys, we'll probably do another hangout, not next week, but the week after that. So there'll be more updates we can share. And also I'll be in Kazakhstan, and it'll be like 4 a.m. in the morning over there, and I don't fancy that right now. So Thomas, next up, what are you most excited about? I know you covered this a little bit, and I know you're excited about lots, but what are you most excited about with this new app?
I have just been excited about this entire process, the right team, even our technology. Now, keep in mind, guys, I just want to share a little insight as to what's happening with the trends right now, right? Back in like early 2000s, the biggest thing back then when Amazon was more of an infant company during that time, the biggest thing during that time was instant messaging. And if you guys can actually recall, there were tons of programs that supported instant messaging. So, for example, like AIM, which was AOL's instant messenger. I was a big fan of like ICQ. There was iMessage, and there's like 20 other messengers. And what ended up happening was that there were so many different messengers that it became an inconvenience to try to chat with anyone on your desktop. So what ended up happening, innovative companies started coming out and started tying in. They started creating a program to tie in all the different messengers into one app. Okay. Now we're into this, we're into this new age where it's all about mobile apps, but mobile apps have matured now. And what's happening now is that when I look at my mobile phone, I probably have 100 different apps on my phone. You have to keep in mind that, the masses go for convenience once something new matures. So, this was planned along all this time, but our app does more than just product search. It does deals, it does flights, hotels. It's a very convenient app that can tie into all these different affiliates to search for you the best product or, the best prices or deals online. So, that's one of our biggest factors here. I haven't really seen anyone in our sector that's doing anything that we're doing. We are so far ahead of the game. Mm-hmm. So, that's what I'm excited about. When this thing comes out, it's going to blow everyone away. Everyone in the industry is going to take notice. And like Frazer said before, don't wait 8 weeks later, because then you're already 8 weeks behind. Keep in mind that everything that you do in terms of recruiting customers, recruiting affiliates, that's going to transition over to the new platform. That's going to be seamless. It's not like you got to start over with getting all these customers. Mm-hmm. Start now so that you're not going to be waiting another 8 weeks after the 8 weeks. You're already behind at that point. Mm-hmm. So, hopefully I just shared a little bit about what I'm excited about.
Guys, I hope you can tell. I'm obviously a very excitable person right now. I've still not really slept that much in the last few days, but Thomas shares that excitement with me as well. Thomas, I just want to ask this one real quick. Someone just messaged it to me now. Will the website version or the desktop version, will it have the same sort of functionality as the mobile app? Will it kind of be upgraded as well?
Yeah, it's going to actually reflect all the functionalities and features that our mobile app has. The only difference with our website version is that there's more real estate, meaning that there's more space to work with. Mm-hmm. So we might be incorporating different kinds of deals. If anyone is really familiar with the mobile version or website version of any company out there, the website version always has more features. But the thing is, we're trying to keep our stuff simple. So we're always trying to mirror what's going to be on the mobile app with the website. And, this go around within the 8 weeks delivery time. The website is within the 8 weeks delivery time as well. Mm-hmm. I think the only other thing right now is when we launch is that in order for you guys to actually manage your branding, brings up another topic. Your affiliate branding is going to be managed through the website initially, but we'll actually eventually move it over to the mobile app as well. Now, talking about what's changing in the framework, the branding is going to be simplified as well. Before we had the whole feature business and coupons, but what we're doing is we're simplifying it where you have one ad. But what you can do is you can actually create multiple ads that you can manage and turn on and turn off the ads that you want. And then that will be on Rotator, So, that's something that we've simplified, as well as provided you guys more functionality so that, if you're trying to demo it out for a potential prospect or business, you don't have to delete your current ad and then put up a new one. You could just keep adding in more ads and you'll have the ability to turn on and turn off the ones that you want or don't want turned on. So, again, sorry for sort of going off tangent, but that was another topic that just got thrown in there.
No, I love it. That's what the purpose of these are for the updates. Guys, look how many updates and announcements there's been now in just #001, the first episode of this. We're going to do this probably, next one will be 2 weeks, and then every week after that. Look at what's going on. Personally, before we go into the next question, Thomas, you touched on about how we do so many different things. I remember Amazon was the place to go to buy books, and that's kind of all they did was just books. And now you can buy clothes, you can buy shoes, you can buy gadgets, you can buy iPods, you can buy iPads, you can buy anything from Amazon. And we kind of do the same. I remember when we first had this technology, it was simply shopping. Then we introduced daily deals and flights, hotels, and all that different stuff. And again, I'm actually buzzing for it. Last question. Any advice you can give to our feedbackers and maybe how they can send their feedback in? Do they need to be more detailed, less detailed? Do they need to give the name of the device and the phone or anything like that? What kind of advice can you give to those guys?
Everyone that's actually been providing feedback, they've done a great job providing the feedback. There's no additional advice. It's more of those that didn't become a tester with us. Okay, we are going to be closing out the testers now. For those of you that already submitted to be a tester, mainly for the iPhone, because with Android, it's just a link that you have to download. But with iPhone, it is a process for us to gather your serial code of your, which is called the UDID of your phone, and then trying to compile the code so that it's actually compatible for you to actually download and install it. If you didn't make it for this first go around, do not worry. You'll be eventually included into the second launch of the beta testers. But for those of you that haven't signed up yet, or you're not even sure if you signed up, just go back to that website, signup.sherlocknation.com. Go ahead and sign up. You'll be part of the second group. You'll have access to all the different features that our current beta testers have had. But go ahead and sign up. But we will be closing this form out in the next couple of weeks, within the next couple of weeks. Okay, and then we'll be closed out until the app launches. So please, for those of you out there that are still trying to figure out how to become a beta tester, just go to http://signup.sherlocknation.com. You could still be part of this group. Okay, so that's it. The current feedback, they've been great. We've gotten a lot of good feedback. Like navigation, the registration. It seems like everyone's covering everything. So it's just, I think what we've done right this time around is that we've actually involved our testers, because we're trying to make this app that's going to be awesome, but that's going to be awesome and tailored for you guys. Okay, so this process has been awesome. The feedback we've gotten has been awesome, and we've already started on making some of those improvements on those feedbacks. So, that's that with the feedback question. Thanks,
Thomas. Honestly, thanks so much for your time. And I appreciate that. We'll probably, I'm guessing one of the next hangouts, we'll probably try and do a question and answers. See if we can do that. If we're kind of allowed to do that in the next few weeks. So Thomas, for this week, I really appreciate your time. Thanks for the answers. Thanks for the announcements. Thanks for the updates. And I'll speak to you very soon.
All right. Thanks, Frazer. It's been a pleasure.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.